Hey family, it's your girl Baby D, and this is Dear Deasia. Welcome back to Unlock the Men's Journey, a space where we strip back the layers and speak our truth. Step into the freedom that comes with self-awareness, okay? This is episode 3, Triggered, but why? Now, today, we're going to dive into something that shows up for every man, whether he admits it or not, and that's emotional triggers. It's not just females. Now let's start with something simple but powerful. Have you ever reacted to something, maybe like a comment, a look, a tone, a voice, and afterward you thought to yourself, why did I get so mad about it? Like, why did it get under my skin like that? Because that right there is it's a trigger. Like, and here's what most people miss. A trigger isn't just about the moment you're in it. It's about what that moment reminds your body of. Like, a trigger is a memory wrapped all up in emotion. It's your nervous system saying, this feels familiar and this feels unsafe, even if you're not consciously aware of it. And that's okay. But this is something that a lot of men don't get taught. We're told to control our anger. Don't react. Stay cool. But no one teaches us how to recognize where those reactions are coming from in the first place. So let's talk about it now, okay? When a man is triggered, it can show up in a few different ways. Some get a little angry. Some get very angry. Some go cold and shut down. Some numb out with weed, sex, alcohol, work, silence. Some withdraw, ghost people, isolate. You ever wonder why? Let me give you an example. Let's say your girlfriend asks, why didn't you text me back earlier? And out of nowhere, you feel defensive. You raise your voice. You say she's doing too much. Now pause. Look at that moment. What if it's not really about the question? What if that question made you feel controlled? And somewhere deep down, being controlled reminds you of growing up in a home where you didn't have freedom or where love felt conditional. Or maybe someone tells you you've been acting distant lately and you immediately feel like they're trying to paint you as the bad guy. You shut down, you stop replying. But if we trace that reaction, it could be tied to past moments where people misunderstood you. They blamed you, or they didn't give you a safe space to speak your truth. That's what I mean when I say triggers aren't about the surface. They're about the wound underneath. And until you slow down and ask yourself, where is this coming from? You'll keep reacting the same way. You're going to keep thinking people are the problem. When in reality, the problem is unhealed pain that never got a voice. Now let me say this clearly. You are not crazy, and you are carrying something. We all are. Shoot, I've been that girl plenty of times. You might be carrying that moment when you cried as a boy and got laughed at. Or when you got your heart broken and never told anyone how much it hurt you. Or when you were yelled at or ignored and you had to pretend like you were okay. Now when something in the present reminds your body of that pain, boom, trigger. And unless you pause, you'll react the same exact way every time. Now here's the powerful part. Every trigger is a trailhead, a breadcrumb back to the root of it all. You can either run from it, blame others, or distract yourself. Or you can turn around and face it. Ask yourself, when have I felt this before? What am I really afraid of? What part of me needs to be seen, heard, or healed in this moment? That right there is where emotional mastery begins. Oh my God. Yeah, I get excited about this because, like, I've been there, I've done that. And it's not in being perfect. It's not in being like, not in like never reacting to stuff. Like, it's being aware enough to trace the fire back to the fuse. So I want to give you something today, a short self-check for when you feel triggered. Okay? If you can like get this and write it down, pause, don't respond right away. Create space between stimulus and response. 2, name it. Ask what emotion is this really. Is it really fear, shame, rejection? 3, you need to trace it and ask, when was the first time I felt something like this? And 4, redirect and ask, what do I actually need right now? Clarity, space, reassurance, or validation. You don't have to master it today, but awareness is already breaking the cycle. And here's what I'll leave you with. Sorry, I keep getting excited. Just because you were taught to suppress emotions doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. Just because pain was normalized in your childhood doesn't mean it should be in your adulthood. You have permission to feel. You have permission to slow down. You have permission to heal. You got permission to do what the fuck you want to. You have free will. I didn't say that. And the more you understand your triggers, the more that you start responding instead of reacting. That's called leadership. That's called growth. That's called power. That's called being a mature grown man. Emotionally mature. This isn't about being soft. This is about being in control of your own story instead of letting your wounds write it for you. So next time you feel that rush, that heat in your chest, the knot in your stomach, don't run from it, you little scaredy cat. Sit with it. Ask it what it's trying to show you. Because you're not crazy. You're just awakening. So, thank you for being here. Okay? This is episode 3 of Unlock, the Men's Journey. In the next episode, we'll be talking about healing from toxic masculinity. Y'all ready? What it is, how it's passed down, and how men can free themselves from the pressure to always be hard. Because you don't have to always be hard. Okay? Until then, honor your emotions, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. I see you, I value you, and I'm proud of the man you're becoming. I love y'all. And don't forget, say sorry to your girlfriends, because, like I said, emotional triggers. And just like you have emotional triggers, females do too. But some of us just learn how to master them.